We're here doing some more interior fixes on our Project 2003 Saab 9.3. We picked this car up with a bad transmission from a subscriber, and turns out it had a whole lot more problems than we initially thought. But some of the big problems that we still have left are interior-wise. So we actually have a pretty bad parasitic draw on this car, which essentially means when you park it for too long, the battery dies. So every time we park it, we've been disconnecting the battery terminal, and you'll see when we come in here and we try to, I guess, use the infotainment or anything, the ICM, the SID, these climate controls, nothing comes out of the climate controls. I mean, nothing, no air or anything blows out. So we're not too sure what's up with that. In a previous video, we not only replaced the center console, which is all cracked and destroyed, we put an entire aero interior in here. We did a lot of work to this thing as well as just cleaning it up. We also tried to replace the amp, which is under the seat, which can oftentimes be the cause of things like the turn signals not giving you sound, the ICM not working. We ran a test though after putting the new amp in. Still didn't have any power to this, so I went ahead, picked up a new ICM from the junkyard. So we're going to start by trying to replace that and hopefully getting this to actually work. On top of that, today we have some new window switches. You can see these are all just broken and pretty gross, so we're going to be swapping those out. This door also does not lock. That does not do anything. The door is locked, but you can see it's still, the handle back there must be disconnected or snapped or something, so we're going to work on that. And lastly, we do have a fun little exterior mod, set of ice blocks to put on this thing. Hopefully make it look a little bit spicier back here. So I'm going to cut myself off here. Regarding this ICM issue and the ICM not working, we spent a couple of weeks on and off trying to diagnose this problem. A lot of that was sort of shown in this video, but we still don't have a solution. So instead of kind of showing all that troubleshooting, I figured I'd go ahead and explain to you guys what we did try so far. First off being the new ICM. Obviously, I tried both a junkyard ICM we picked up as well as my old ICM2, which I knew was known and good. After that didn't work, I tried my amp out of my car just to be extra safe. That also didn't work. I also tried the EHU, which is basically the brains for most of the interior. That kind of includes the CD player area. That also didn't work. So I had a bunch of good known parts out of my car in that car. None of them solved the issue. From that ring brake test we had previously ran, it said there was a ring brake right before the ICM. What we think the issue is some sort of fiber optic break or something between the ICM and the rest of the fiber optic system. We're not confident, 100% sure in that answer, but we're pretty certain that's what it is. We're gonna have to do some further research, but I wanted to upload this video anyways. There's an up-to-date situation on the ICM. Back to the rest of the video. This is so bad back here. I mean, there's a bunch of random stuff hardwired in, random lights. This thing was all, this is the window switch, obviously, like look at that, all coming apart, broken. Random screws holding the door handle on. This is horrible. Wish we had a whole new door panel in this color. I'll leave it at that. Looks like there's a gallon of Gorilla Glue that was used on the interior of this car at one point or another. It just makes me wonder, like, it's not that hard to fix this stuff properly. It really is not. And all these tabs are all broken in here. So this one's all broken. This is like the inside of the door handle. This is broken off on this one. And then these are all like snapped and broken off, and a bunch of these tabs up here are all broken off. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this one here and then put this non-broken piece in. You always love it when you think you're doing a simple job and you just find more problems as you get into it. Seems to be the theme of this car so far, but see, like, that should not be loose. Like, look at all this Gorilla Glue he's got on here. And this is just ridiculous, dude. There we go. Actually, looks like some sort of like JB weld or something. That's probably what it is. But again, you can see just how this is horrible. Absolutely horrible. A little bit of a for comparison shot. The bottom one is the new one. If I'm really nitpicking here, you can also see this plastic wood trim piece here is all popped off more than it should be. It looks like they tried to repair that at one point. I think actually, now that I'm looking at it, it popped out from when they stuck one of these screws in back here to hold the door handle in. Absolutely impeccable work. Just put this little screw in. Slide our little cover trim piece in here. And I do have a special paint marker. I made a video about this a long time ago, but there's a special paint marker you can buy right here to help restore your interior buttons. Works pretty well, matches this almost perfectly. So once it's all back together, I'll use that to sort of touch this all up. That's just a couple coats on there. We're gonna let that dry. It's not gonna be 100% perfect, but you can tell already just how much better that looks. There's not much I can do really about the little part inside the actual window. It's not fine enough to be able to fix that, but pull this off. Again, something that had Gorilla Glue stuff all over it. It's another piece I picked up at the junkyard. You can see there are 3 tabs that are supposed to hold that in. Wow, it's crazy how nice things look when they're not all cracked and destroyed. That's awesome. This one, on the other hand, can I snap it? Nope. I broke off the piece that was already held together with Gorilla Glue. This is me getting my rage out. Oh yeah! So I think this blue cable for the door handle is what is disconnected back here. And it actually, surprisingly, is not broken. Actually, yes, it is broken. I thought this wasn't broken because I was able to snap it back into here like that. But you'll notice as soon as I pull the door handle, it just slides this piece back and forth, so that's why the door handle doesn't work. So what I think I'm gonna do is tape this on somehow and hope that that'll just hold like that. I think I was able to fix it. I had to put the door panel on to test it. You can hear the I don't know, the latch, whatever you want to call it. So I think I was able to fix that. To be honest with you guys, I used a zip tie. I'm kind of scared to take it off to show you guys what I did, but in short, the cable runs through here. I pretty much looped a zip tie right around here to kind of hold this from shifting back and forth. Let's shut our door. Hey, all right, so we got that issue fixed. It's a nice little success. We're getting the door lock out now. Isn't too bad of a job. It is a little bit like a shroud or something right there that goes with it.
Oh, you don't need that.
And we've got our actual module right here. Just gonna disconnect from that harness, and I think it will all come out now.
Yeah. All right, so look on the back side here.
Caught on something.
You gotta wiggle it off of that.
That's our old one.
There's our old one, and we got our junkyard one right here, which should be a replacement to solve our issue. So we've got it connected to the little hook back there, and now I just gotta sneak it through that hole.
Cool.
Get that little harness plugged in too. And we've got to connect all 6 of the bolts. So there's a little clip right here that holds the top of the door lock on, the part that Lucas is holding right now. And then there are door lock sits in the car like this. There's 4 on the face of it. You can see them right there. And there's 1 on the back side here. And there's also 1 at the top that kind of is like a little bit, sort of holds it in, that's facing that way. The new door lock is fully installed. That was honestly a little bit of a pain getting the ordering for all that stuff right, the way it all has to clip on in a certain order, but it's on nonetheless, and hopefully fix that issue.
Hey, dude,
Did it lock?
It locked.
Look at that. The tint is dark on there. You can see it lock. All right, does it unlock?
It unlocks.
Oh, that sounded good.
Oh, baby.
All right, try it again. Let's see.
I guess
Okay.
it has to be closed.
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't like to do it on camera. It's a little shy. Wait, hold on. We're gonna expose it. You ready? I'm gonna get in here. POV.
You gotta close your door.
Oh, really? There we go. Look at that. After fixing the door lock, I had my buddy Sebastian come over. He's a mechanic by trade, so he knows a lot when it comes to parasitic draws and just electrical stuff with cars in general. So we ran a few tests with my multimeter. We determined that there's probably 2, they're called maxi fuses, which are the big fuses under the hood that are pulling a little bit of amperage. We pretty much went through, removed all the fuses one by one, saw how the draw changed based on how the multimeter was hooked up to the battery. So we determined it's fuse F30, maxi fuse F30 and F37. One other item Lucas did off camera was he installed a nice little cosmetic upgrade here, like I hinted at in the intro. Got some ice blocks installed on this thing. The car is now legally registered as well, so that's great. The ice blocks look great with this black paint. We're going to end the video here, guys. We still have to do some more research into what's causing this parasitic draw, what the heck is going on with this ICM, things like that. But this car is getting closer and closer to being done, being ready for sale, hopefully to go to one of you guys. If you're looking for a 9.3, let me know, because this will be for sale soon. Like I said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hit me up on Instagram if you are interested. I'm located in Phoenix, Arizona. And see y'all next time.
Take it easy.